And we're back. What's up, man? How you been?
Hey, man. I'm living a dream inside another dream.
Whose dream is it?
It's Leonardo DiCaprio's.
You're having a hell of a time then, aren't you?
It's a great. I never want to wake up from it because then I realize I'm back in my real life.
A dream inside of a 19-year-old girl. Leonardo DiCaprio. That's the game.
You're welcome. You're welcome, Leo.
So you have some. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, you're good.
No, yeah. If you want to talk about Leonardo, we'll talk about Leonardo. I don't care. I think his friends call him Leo. That's why I call him Leonardo.
Was it a story where he was always hanging out at the Playboy Mansion when he was a kid? Which God bless him, because I mean, where would you go?
Look, dude, right. If I was, thinking back to how it was growing up as a kid and how your hormones are going crazy. If somebody dropped me off in the Playboy Mansion at 14 years old, which is
about when is that what he did Titanic?
I mean, it's how do they call that? A place of ill repute, right?
El repute.
El repute. There you go. However you pronounce it. You drop him off there. I mean, you telling me that he would be like, no, I don't feel like this is appropriate for me to be here. Is there any way I can go back to my house because I want to play, Super Mario Brothers? No, going straight for an HJ, the gibber.
I could not have imagined being him or Corey Feldman or Hellman or whatever the other two of those were. I could not imagine being that rich and famous so young when you don't even know who you are. But yeah,
well, Leonardo did well. Like he seems pretty level headed and has a very good reputation. Corey Feldman, he went a little bit left field. Yeah, I mean, but think about it now. Think about like as prevalent as social media is, and it wasn't years before, and thank God people talk about this all the time, going to school. Who wants to go to school now where, like, if there was a rumor in high school, I'm just picking high school, junior high, whatever, that rumor would spread around, but it would only get within certain like crowds, you know what I mean? Like right. People that were in the goth or the dark crowd, they couldn't go up to the jocks and be like, hey, what's a good rumor that's going around today? So it stayed within confines. But once you want to take a rumor and throw it out on, social media, then suddenly everybody has it. There's no way to hide it. Anybody can see it at any time, any video. You're not telling stories about how you kicked so-and-so's ass in the fight you got in. No, because there's 9 different angles. There's more angles in a high school fight than there are at a Super Bowl broadcast nowadays. There's like 9 different people with 9 different angles.
I think a lot about when we first got into social media, because we got into it about the same time. And I look at some of the stuff that we used to post, or think about some of the stuff we used to post on MySpace. And my ex-girlfriend said it best. She's like, I looked at stuff I posted 10 years ago and it was like, I'm hungry. I'm bored. I'm like we didn't even know how to wield this power. We were just like, just putting out the worst things possible.
Let's just say something. And then somebody can go, I like that you're hungry.
Yeah, well, I mean, my ex was pretty hot, so I'm pretty sure there was a whole bunch of thirsty guys going, oh my God, I've totally been there. I know exactly what it's like to feel right now. Oh, all of 2010, I was hungry.
Well, going along those lines, I have looked back, Facebook, first of all, I'd like to say to everyone, Facebook is not a sponsor. So I can say this honestly, I don't like them. I don't like Facebook. I think it's antiquated. It's now for people that just want to share shots of like cats and food. It's dumb.
Oh, and angry politics and angry
politics. Yes, of course. And I have to keep my Facebook account because it's connected to one of my business accounts. And for some reason, Facebook is like, well, if you want to have a business account, you have to have a personal account, which is dumb. But at least it was that way when I set it up years ago. Anyway, it likes to pop up and say, hey, this is what you were doing 10 years ago. And every now and again, I go, my God, I'm ashamed of that. Did I really? Like I posted that, or I said this, or whatever it is. I'm like, you got to be shitting me. I would never now. And so the point is that I feel like the benefit, or a positive, if you want to point one out, for social media is that it's shown me evolution of myself, where I can look back and be like, I don't think about that anymore. Or I don't, that's all I'm nothing like that. I deleted one the other day because I saw it and I went, what was I thinking when I even made that point?
We've all done some really stupid stuff. Let's talk about some of the funny things that we see now, which I find massively entertaining, because
I'm open.
I mean, the reality is social media is significant because it creates significance for us. Most of us live
That's fair.
boring lives where we're never going to do anything. We're not going to change the world, this, that, and the other, but it's like a legacy. It's a biography of our life. So there's some relevance being left into that. And there's some driving force around significance. So everybody does that. But the comical things that come out of that, like you and I've talked about, I see there's so many people that they figured something out in their life, and now they're trying to become a life coach. They're trying to talk about how they can help others and be inspirational and this, that, and the other, even though they're glaring still with 1,000 issues, but they figured one out. So now they can help other people. And now I've got the cure. I've got the solution. I've got the answer.
And listen, just because you post a picture of you sitting with your legs crossed and there's a lily and a Buddha doll behind you does not convince me that you got shit figured out. Go fuck yourself. We all know, we always say this all the time, right? Number one thing you hear, especially teaching kids growing up, no one's perfect. No one's perfect. No one's perfect. But then you got somebody coming in going, I will be your life coach. And good news for you, I have figured life out. Well, if you did, we could market you. But the fact that there are tens of thousands of you that all apparently feel they figured it out, and none of you clearly have, because I've never met one person, not saying they're not out there, saying I've never met one person that said, my life was in complete shambles. And I met a life coach and now everything's great. I make $1 million a year. I have no worries, no problems. It's bullshit. It's like selling you psychic or what these fucking mega churches do, where they're selling people, donate $300 so I can buy a fucking plane and I'll answer your prayers, which is, don't get me started. We'll do it another day, folks. We'll do a mega church rant on another day.
Yeah, we have that's a big one for us, for sure. But along the same lines, I shared it with you the other day. I saw a post by a girl and she was like, don't underestimate me. And she was completely naked in a G-string. It's a shot of all of her body from her backside down. And what are you trying to accomplish here? What's the
well, first of all, you're making? First of all, why would you imply that I was underestimating you? I've never seen you, and this photo is my first introduction to you, right?
I'm estimating a lot of things right now, as a matter of fact. But now I think they're along. Yeah.
Now I'm overestimating. Now I'm overestimating because I'm looking at this going, okay, you're naked. You did it. You did it in a way that like nobody could actually see anything. It was just shot like face over shoulder, down the back to the butt cheek, down the leg. Fine, I get it. But what message are you trying to send to me? Because what it sends to me is don't underestimate you. I always have sex on the first date. That's what I'm hearing. We should just say that then.
Don't underestimate me, because I'm so riddled with insecurities that right now, if you make me feel unwanted or belittled, I'll probably do a lot to try to make to feel accepted. Right. But thankfully, my mom, my dad, my uncle, my sister, all of my family, my kids, everyone is also on my Facebook, so they get to not underestimate me too in this post, which is I think it's a message you want to put out there.
As a general rule, if you see somebody that posts a picture of themselves and they say some shit like, I'm strong, emboldened, empowered, thoughtful, blah, 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 and if people can't accept me for that, then I don't need those people in my life. It tells me you're not strong, not emboldened, not powerful. You are putting that out in the world because you want other people to say, oh my God, that's such a great thing. You're so strong. You're such a powerful woman. And that reaffirms you. And if you were strong and powerful, you wouldn't need affirmation on some bullshit post like that. So that's I'm not everyone's cup of tea. Nobody is everyone's cup of tea. But the fact that you put it out there tells me that you need somebody to come in and go like, have a pat you on the back. It's okay. You're right. You're perfect in every way. So why don't you just put a post up that says, listen, I'm feeling insecure about myself and I could use some, positive feedback from anybody who gives a shit about me. If you care about me, you know my phone number and text me.
Well, it's exactly what it is. You're putting that out there so you can get a whole bunch of people to comment and like it, and then for one small instance, you get to feel better about yourself for all the encouraging, thirsty guy words that are going to come out there trying to ingratiate themselves with you, so they can in turn be the next person to take advantage of your insecurities. It's a sad, vicious cycle. We've talked about it too. When you see girls with massive lip injections. Oh man, I almost want to do a public service announcement for that, because every time I see those pictures posted on social media, I'm like, you are just screaming Oh, you're just screaming. Take advantage.
I need
of it.
somebody to make me feel better about myself.
Oh, it doesn't stop. You start with a little bit of injection, and then you get a little more, and then a little more. Next thing you know, you have lips that are 14 times the size of what your original lips started with. I don't even know how you can get food past those things without just getting rejected by the sheer volume of things that has to get by.
Well, and I've told people this before. You have to remember that, and the way I explain it is getting fat, right? Like you see yourself every single day. So you could gradually put on 15 or 20 pounds and not realize how much weight you put on, maybe a little bit. Your clothes don't fit as well, but you don't notice it as well until the first time that you see somebody you haven't seen in 5 years. And they're like, damn, dude, you've been eating deep fried pot pies, or, have you done any cardio? Do you know what a salad is? A leaf of lettuce ain't going to kill you. So the same thing happens with the lip injections, right? They put a little in, they get used to it. Then they go do a little bit more and they get used to that. And they want to go a little bit bigger. And before you know it, I mean, it looks like they were pumped up with a fucking tire. I completely muffed that. I couldn't think of the.
It just brings out all the vultures. You're just screaming, "Hey, come vulture me!" It's like the picture of you, but it's not you. It's you and your boobs. Let me show you. Every post I put on social media is me and my boobs, me and my boobs, me and my boobs. Look at me, look at me, look at me, look at me, look at me.